You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
What's up, YouTube? It's Brandon with Third Rate Duelist. Going to come at you guys with another deck profile. But before we get started, I have a friend of mine named Charlie Negretti who does a Let's Play YouTube channel. The name of the channel is SnorlaxUseSplash. I'll leave a link in the comment section down below. So if you guys are interested and like that kind of thing, go ahead and check it out. Give them a like and a sub. I like supporting, local YouTubers, and especially when it's a friend of mine. So go ahead and give them a shout out. But let's go ahead and get started. So it's a Spellbook deck profile. So we're going to start with 3 High Priestess of Prophecy. Reveal 3 Spellbook cards from your hand, special summoner from your hand, and then you can banish a Spellbook card from your hand or graveyard to pop a card. Pretty good card, staple at 3. And then 3 a Magician of Prophecy or Blue Boy. When he's normal or flip summoned, you can search a Spellbook spell card from your deck to your hand. I am playing a Jowgen build, and I'm playing Card of Demise as well. So monster count's kind of low. I'm only playing 9 monsters. But the fact that Blue Boy can be searched off of secrets is pretty good. So, and then 3 Jowgen the Spiritualist. This card is insane. So, like, if you play against anything other than Sky Striker, like, this deck's worst matchup is probably Sky Striker. Or, like, Altergeist kind of sucks. But if you play against anything else, like, if you just normal summon Jowgen and have a way to protect him, you're pretty well golden. And then, Asian Persuasion recently uploaded a Spellbook deck profile. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the comment section below for his as well. My build is similar to his, and I've had this built for a while. But with Crowley coming out, I went ahead and polished it back off and brought it back out. But so go ahead and definitely check out Asian Persuasion's build. These are pretty similar, but I figured I'd go ahead and give him a shout out so that way you guys didn't think I was copying him. And then that's it for the monsters. Only playing 9 monsters. And then start off with spells. There's a shit ton of them. So 3 Spellbook of Secrets, search card of the deck, best search card in the deck. And I am playing 3 Crescent. So like Crescent and Knowledge, or not Knowledge, Crescent and Secrets, or Crescent and Blue Boy, or Blue Boy and Crescent. Any combination of those 3 cards, just as long as you have 2 of them, is gonna make a live Fate play at the end of the turn. So at the end of the video, I'll go ahead and show you guys that in case you guys were curious. So, but yeah, that's why we're playing 3 Crescent. I am playing like Card of Demise, which kind of conflicts with this. But so you, like, depending on your hand composition, you kind of have to pick and choose what you're going to play. But Crescent was like too good not to play, so I went ahead and, playing it at 3. And then 3 Spellbook of Knowledge. So Knowledge is good for like several reasons. Obviously, it's a draw card. But if you have Priestess in hand and Jowgen on field, you can't play High Priestess. But if you have another Jowgen in hand, you can always Spellbook of Knowledge the Jowgen away and then draw 2 cards and then reveal, special summon your High Priestess, then normal summon your Jowgen. That way you have a big beat stick on the monster, big beat stick monster on the field to kind of help, keep pushing for game. Because Jowgen's only 200 attack, so you're going to go into your battle phase quite a bit because this is essentially your win condition. So, 3 Spellbook of Knowledge, and then 3 Spellbook of Fate. So Fate at 3 is super, super good, and Fate is your primary way of protecting Jowgen because you can keep recurring this card because of Tower and being able to search it again with secrets and all that fun stuff. And then once you've played 1 Fate, Eternity with another Spellbook card in hand will guarantee another Fate play. So that's also super good. So the amount of ways you can recur Fate and keep playing Fate in this deck is what makes it so good to be able to protect Jowgen. And then 2 Tower. You don't need any more than 2 of it. You put a Spellbook spell card at the standby phase. You put a Spellbook spell card to the bottom of the deck. Draw a card. So it's another draw card, and it's another recursion. So usually you'll put something like Fate to the bottom deck to draw a card, or whatever you need, like Eternity to the bottom deck to draw a card. It's pretty good, and if it's destroyed by opponent's card effect, and it counts itself when it goes in the graveyard, but you special summon a Spellbook, not Spellbook, but a Spellcaster type monster from your deck whose level is equal to or less than the number of Spellbook cards in the graveyard. So once it's destroyed and goes to grave, it counts itself. So it's pretty good. This card can miss timing though. Like in the standby phase, if I go to activate the draw effect and you like Twin Twister it and destroy it, I won't get the special summon effect. So keep that in mind as you're playing against this deck or playing this deck. And then 2 Spellbook of Master, super good. You don't need any more than 2 of it though. And then 2 Spellbook of Eternity. Again, just brings back your banished Spellbook cards, which you're going to do because of High Priestess and Fate. So you need at least 2 of this card. Super, super good. As I said, there's if you have Eternity and another Spellbook card in hand after you've activated the first Fate, then you have another live Fate play at the end of that turn. And then for one-ofs, I played 1 life because it is a searchable Monster Reborn. And then I am playing Card of Demise, which makes this card super good. So, like, me personally, I always end up drawing my High Priestess off the Card of Demise, and it sucks. So then you can just, like, set the Spellbook of Life or whatever you need the next turn if you don't have Jowgen on the field. Or if you do have Jowgen on the field, you can knowledge the Jowgen away, then life back the High Priestess, then normal summon another Jowgen, you know. Or it's another way to bring Jowgen back. And then 1 Spellbook of Power, card's super good. And then 1 Wisdom. So the reason Wisdom's in here at 1 is because your worst matchup is Sky Striker. So this is kind of in here to kind of help safeguard against that deck a little bit. But against Sky Striker, you're mainly going to beat that deck in the side, in my opinion. This deck just struggles against it quite a bit. And that's it for the Spellbook cards. And then I am playing 3 Card of Demise. So this card is super good in this deck because you're playing, you know, all spells, primarily other than 3 cards. And so you set all your spells, Card of Demise, draw 3 cards, and then you can just Spellbook of Secrets to search your blue boy and then normal summon it and get your plays going. Or use this to draw your Jowgen. So Card of Demise is really good. It's kind of like my poor man's Extravagance at the moment. This is $5 a copy for the Ultras, or like I think it's $7 a copy for the Secrets versus like $50 a copy for Extravagance. So if you cannot afford the Extravagance or don't want to, I would highly suggest playing Card of Demise. Also, like with the amount of spells you're playing in this deck and the low monster count, Demise is arguably better in some instances because you're going to draw 3 instead of only 2 off Extravagance. But the downside is you can't spell summon for the rest of the turn. But it's still pretty good. And I am playing 3 Called by the Grave because this is a going first deck. And if your opponent ashes like a Secrets or a Blue Boy and your hand isn't that great, like there's obviously a lot of draw power in this deck and, you know, a lot of searching and stuff. But sometimes a slower hand, an Ash or a Veiler can really hurt. So that's why Called by the Grave is in here. And then Gary gave me the idea for this originally, but 1 Moonmere Shield. I know Asian Persuasion's also playing this card, but Gary gave me the idea for this card like a long time ago because you just Moonmere Shield the Jowgen and then protect the castle. Or, you know, strap the helmet on and go from there. So, Moonmere Shield is in here because it's another way to protect the Jowgen, and then that way you're not solely relying on Fate. And then another super spicy tech in here is 1 Double Summon. So, I like this card quite a bit because, like, depending on your hand, like, you need a live Fate most of the time to keep Jowgen on the field. But a lot of times you need to normal summon Blue Boy to get that play going. So double summon kind of solves that issue because you just summon Blue Boy, do all your Spellbook plays, then you can double summon, play the Jowgen, and then you've got a live Fate and a summon Jowgen. That way you're not stuck choosing between if you want to normal summon Jowgen or normal summon Blue Boy. And then the last card in the main deck is triple OG Mirror Force because so the reason I chose like Mirror Force over like everything else is because you don't want to give the opponent the card back that they're attacking with Jowgen because then they're just going to summon it and do it next turn. So Storming Mirror Force is out. Quaking is out because Jowgen's only 200 attack and you can't attack over anything in defense hardly. And then you primarily always want to have Jowgen on field. So like Drowning is out. And I couldn't think of any other like board wipe trap cards to play. So that's why we went with Mirror Force. And that's it for the main deck. The extra deck is pretty slim. So it pretty much boils down to like player preference. 1 Crowley, because I don't think you need more than 1. I never made this guy when I played him at locals last week. I got 3rd place last week with this. I never made Crowley. I didn't need to. I normally just like sat on the Jowgen and played Card of Demise and drew a bunch of cards. And then like a small Nightmare package, 1 of each of these, just in case I needed to go into them for whatever reason, but I didn't. 1 Borreload. Like, you don't need the extra deck to win in this. This is just in here, so I had options. As I said, I didn't play a very big extra deck, so the rest of it is up to you guys, what you guys want to play. So you have that freedom with this. Or if you do play Extravagance, the rest of this doesn't really matter. Like, I would suggest playing, like, 2 Crowley maybe. 2 or 3. Probably 3 Crowley if you're going to play Extravagance. That way you don't banish it if you need it. Absolutely. But, like, the rest of this is kind of player preference. And then 1 Red Eyes Darkness Flare Metal because Priestess is a level 7. 1 Big Eye because Priest is a level 7 and it's funny. And 1 Draco Sack. I couldn't find my copy of the Spellbook XYZ dude, but if I had him, I would play him as well. So you guys keep that in mind. And that's it for the extra deck. As I said, the extra deck's really small. I think it's like 8 cards. The rest of it's up to what you guys want to play. So go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below what you guys will play other than these. This is just what I feel like is just a must. Like Borlo could probably go away because you're not ever going to have, 4 monsters on the field. But that's just what I felt like was minimally necessary. So for the side deck, I played 2 Pankratops. Because it's a 2600 monster, like going second card is pretty good. And then I also sided hand traps. So I sided 3 Ash and 2 Valor. I feel like this was right because the deck can struggle sometimes going second. Like the nice thing about Jowgen is, so Jowgen, you randomly discard a card from your hand to like blow up the field. So like if you go against like Thunder Dragon and they don't have a whole lot of resource engraved to protect, you just summon Jowgen, then just continuously keep discarding cards from your hand to bomb the board. But against like everything else, like having the hand traps going second is nice. So that's why I went ahead and put them in the side deck. And this deck struggles against back row, so I sided a little bit heavily for that. So 3 Twin Twister. This deck accrues so much hand advantage that like discarding the card doesn't matter. And it also, you can put a Spellbook spell card engrave for Fate to be alive if you need to off the Twin Twister. So that's pretty good. And then 2 Red Reboot. Sal Mangrate and like Altergeist and True Draco. This deck struggles against back row decks quite a bit, and then that's true. Sky Striker is probably this deck's worst matchup, and then Altergeist, you can struggle against Altergeist as well. So that's why these 5 cards are in here, and then the Pankratops as well because of back row decks. And then 3 Dimensional Barrier, just blowout card against like Thunder Dragon or Nekroz, things like that. So I'll go ahead and show you guys. I know spellbooks are kind of old, but then again, I don't know how many new players are subscribed to my channel or are going to watch this. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the combos real quick to do those plays I was telling you about. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and showcase you guys the 2 combos. So for the first one, you can have these 2 or one of these 3. Any combination of these 3 as long as you have 2 of them. But for this, we'll go ahead and do these 2. So the first thing you're going to activate is Crescent. So you have to activate Crescent first because you can't control any Spellbook spell cards when you activate this effect. So if this is Blue Boy, you need to normal summon the Blue Boy first to add the secrets and then activate the Crescent. But activate Crescent, and you've already got secrets. So the 3 you're going to look for is Master, Tower, and Fate. So you're going to reveal these 3, and then your opponent's going to get one randomly added to your hand. So I got Fate, which is fine. So this is in Graveyard now. And then you activate Secrets to search Blue Boy. Normal summon the Blue Boy, activate his effect to add the Master. You're going to play Master, reveal the Fate to add the Tower. Now I know like in today's metagame this isn't that strong of a play, but it's first turn Blue Boy with a live Fate. And then for the next one, like let's say your opponent outed your board, you fated them, so these 3 are banished. You have to have the Blue Boy still on field for this, but which kind of sucks. Or a way to play another Magician, another Spellcaster. So the reason being is because you have to have a Spellcaster. You have to control a Spellcaster type monster, activate Master. But as long as you have the Blue Boy, or a way to play another Spellcaster type monster. So you're going to activate the Eternity to add the Master. And then you're going to activate Master, reveal the Knowledge, or any other Spellbook card. So this can be any other Spellbook name, or Spellbook spell card name. But I just chose Knowledge for this example. So reveal the Knowledge, copy Eternity to add secrets to hand. And then this Fate would have been put back into the bottom of the deck because of the Tower. Sorry about that. And now you activate the Tower. You activate the secrets to search the Fate that you put to the bottom of the deck because of the Tower. And now you set the Fate again, and you have another live Fate play the next turn. So go ahead and let me know what you guys think of my Spellbook deck profile down in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what you guys want to see. Later, YouTube.